Welcome to Module 2 of your project-based learning training. In this lesson, we'll explore how to plan and scaffold a successful PBL unit. By the end, you'll understand how to align your project with curriculum standards, while giving students the freedom to take ownership of their learning through voice and choice. We'll also focus on scaffolding strategies to support student success. Let's get started. One of the most critical aspects of PBL is ensuring your project aligns with curriculum standards and learning objectives. This provides the structure and academic rigor your students need. To start, identify the key knowledge and skills your students should develop during the project. What are the essential outcomes you want them to achieve? Once you know this, you can map your project to these objectives. For example, if you're teaching a science unit on ecosystems, your project might involve students creating a model of a local ecosystem. In math, they could analyze data to solve a community-based problem. The key is to ensure that each activity is purposefully connected to the standards you're teaching, without losing the flexibility for student-driven learning. Student voice and choice are cornerstones of effective PBL, but how do you incorporate them into your project while still meeting learning objectives? Flexibility is key. Start by designing a framework where students have control over aspects like topic selection, research methods, or the format of their final product. For example, in an English unit, students might choose which book to explore for a project, or decide whether to create a video, a presentation, or a written report as their final product. These choices allow students to take ownership of their learning while ensuring that core skills, like critical thinking and communication, remain central to the project. Scaffolding is vital in guiding students through the more complex and challenging aspects of a PBL unit. Think of scaffolding as a series of supports you provide to help students as they work through each phase of the project. Over time, as students gain skills and confidence, you can gradually remove these supports, allowing them to take more responsibility for their learning. Breaking a project into phases is a practical approach. For instance, the project may begin with research, move to drafting a proposal, and end with a final presentation. Scaffolding provides structure to help students succeed at each stage. Now let's look at some effective scaffolding strategies you can use in your classroom. One approach is offering mini lessons to address specific skills or content areas that students need to complete their project. For instance, if students are struggling with research, you could offer a short lesson on effective research techniques. Structured timelines with clear milestones can also keep students on track. Breaking the project into smaller tasks helps students manage their time and see their progress. Regular check-ins or formative assessments ensure they're staying on course. Peer collaboration and critique sessions are another great way to scaffold learning. Students can support each other while developing critical thinking and communication skills. For example, in a history project, students might first conduct research, then present their findings to a peer group for critique before revising their work. This process builds both academic and interpersonal skills. Take a moment to reflect on these questions. How can you scaffold learning to ensure all students reach the project's goals? What resources or tools can you provide to support sustained inquiry? How will you balance the alignment to standards with the freedom you give students through voice and choice? As we wrap up this module, your next task is to draft a project plan that includes key milestones and a scaffolded timeline. Think about the strategies you'll use to support student learning. Aim to identify at least 3 specific scaffolding tools or methods that you can incorporate into your PBL unit. In the next module, we'll dive deeper into assessing student learning and managing project activities. Thank you for joining us in Module 2. We look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.